they're already the #1 LGBT web-based reality network, period.
Are they?
They are.
Hey there. How you doing? I got something for you.
It's tea time!
Spread your wings and prepare to fly, for you have become a butterfly. Butterfly. That song has been stuck in my head, honey. Darlings of the audience, have I lost you? What's going on? Hi, cousins. What's the tea? I said, what's the tea? Talk back. Hey. Okay, cousins. So 2 days ago, I went live and I did a live stream regarding former Chasing Reality executive producer, Mr. Quentyn T. Harris, who I absolutely adore. Now, Quentyn T. Harris. Oh, I love that name. It just sounds so. Anyways, Quentin, he executive produced seasons 1 and 2 of Chasing LA, which, if I must add, is still my favorite as far as casting is concerned. Like, Quentin and the team he had did an outstanding job casting both seasons of that show. I mean, hello, they gave us Hershey Liqueur, Jete, Nicole Ray Hair, that is, the most official King Payne, Andre Hammonds, and Fly King I, and Jeremy Copeland. Like, need I say more? Outstanding casting. Woo chow. We were all so spoiled with that cast, chow. Anywho, before Quentin was promoted to the executive producer role, he was introduced to all of us as a cast member on Chasing Atlanta. He filmed 3 seasons as a full-time cast member before he became an executive producer for Chasing LA. Anyways, for one reason or another, Chasing Reality and Quentyn T. Harris, they decided to part ways, okay? And Quentin went on to executive produce for It's Brandon TV, to which he still works for right now. And he's now also working as an executive producer for Gemini Films, okay? Now, on the live that I did 2 days ago, I played a clip of Quentin sitting down with the head nerd in charge, Oliver Twix, and Quentin was throwing several shots at Chasing Reality, and one of those shots were regarding their decline in viewership, okay? However, it appears that Mr. Quentyn T. Harris wasn't done throwing shade towards Chasing Reality's way, as he sat down with Oliver Twix yet again and had even more to say. Take a look.
You gonna bring in a bunch of new girls versus keep the old girls?
I mean, cute. Don't this happens all the time in television?
Like, I know, that's why I say my heart goes out.
They get rid of the old girls and they bring in new girls. That's what happened.
I was in literally a similar situation. We don't have to go down and talk about my shit, but to feel forced or feel like you're being forced out by a network, it sucks. And especially when you don't know why. I feel like I was in a particular network and I felt forced out, and I'm like, why? Why are you kicking me out? Like, and sometimes you just don't want your ass around no more.
Yeah, and that's okay.
It's okay.
I always tell people, because I was a part of, the same network that you're referring to, and trust me, I felt the day where they was like, "Oh, girl, we sick of her. We finna get rid of her."
And, I knew my day too. I knew that moment.
I had went to work in my mental space and was like, "Okay, well, if my day is a number, let me get as much as I can.
Let me do some things around
here. Oh yeah, let me do my own tip tapping, so that when y'all close the door on me, baby, I don't feel no way about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh, girl, I got what I needed and some, and did." You know what I mean?
Close the door and walk me right into another door. Speaking of, you guys catch Bad Boys season 10 on Gemini Films this week.
Oh, congratulations. That's so amazing.
Thank you, baby. Yes, we had a good time over there with those children. They remind me of like the Zeus and the Now There's TV kids. They wow.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this. I know we're talking about Housewives, but since you just brought it up, I want to know. So you're working with another web reality.
Yes. So you guys tune in this week. Yes,
You're now with
Gemini Films. You guys check out Bad Boys season 10.
Who is handled by
Karan Wilson. The Karan Wilson. So yeah, we produced a good project over there at Gemini Films this past few months. It was released this week. So yeah, you guys go check that out. Bad Boy Season 10 on Gemini Films. It's gonna be fun. You know what's so crazy? I actually had on my Gemini Film shirt before I switched and put this on.
This is your second web reality production company you have collaborated with. How is it? Oh, this is your third. So you worked with
my first network. Everybody knows which first network I was a part of. Then I went to Brandon Studios. I'm currently still a staff member and producer at Brandon TV Studios. Check out a Brandon TV film on Netflix. We're on Netflix right now. We have the #1 spot on Netflix from Brandon TV. So shout out to them. And I also work with Gemini Films. So shout out to Brandon Studios. But that's my second network. And then my third that I'm currently still active with as well. We're actually in talks now with going ahead and get another show rolling. It's Gemini Films. So I'm super excited about that.
In what capacity were you operating in with this?
I was closed out as executive producer, and I walked into another door as an executive producer.
So you executive produced this this show on. Oh, that's so amazing! Oh my God. Okay, so I want to know, how was it working with this new production company versus some that you worked with in the past? Because I've only worked with one web reality production company, so my view of it is one way, So now, yeah.
This way was different for me. I would say it was different for me because
I really want to know.
I went in with my feelings and emotions not involved. My first network is because we helped garnish things over there. We helped get the train moving at the last network. This new network, I don't have to work as hard. They're already the #1 LGBT web-based reality network, period.
Are they?
They are. When it comes to subscribers.
Who said?
When it comes to subscribers.
For real?
The network that we were working with, have they crossed over 100K?
I don't know what anybody's doing.
No, I don't think so.
I just make videos so I can
pay your rent. But anywho, yes, Karan Films and Gemini Films is the #1.
Really?
Yes, when it comes to subscribers and when it comes to the factual things. Now I know other people love other content and they love the other. They
what
love
about
us.
The viewership? What's the viewership giving?
Oh no, well, their viewership is different now because Gemini Films mostly all of their content is being pushed to Patreon. Is because they're a little bit more wild over there, so they want to control all their more things. But the viewership elsewhere isn't too high either. Or
I don't know about. I really don't know what anybody else is doing other than myself.
I don't know what everybody's doing. I just been hearing through the streets. I ain't been keeping up with anything, but I've been hearing through the streets. That network not even crossing 50K in no videos.
I don't want to talk down any.
Well, I ain't talking down. We're stating facts. Whole seasons, and you have multiple episodes when we were crossing 150Ks, 250Ks, 3Ks. We don't 300Ks, not 3Ks, 300Ks. There are some particular networks and things that start shifting and moving like they once were. And so they're barely crossing 50K.
I wish I could contribute to what they're crossing and not crossing, but my eyes haven't even laid on their channel to even consume the data, to even discuss it, So I don't even know what they are. Honestly, that's not even being shady. I don't know what they are doing or what they are not doing because I haven't even ventured over there to even see myself. And people know in my surrounding areas to not even, certain things we don't even bring it up. Not to say that there's any hate or malice, because I really want everybody to succeed.
Yeah, shout out to them. I have some friends well. I want them to do well, but we letting you know what it is.
Oh my God!
Next. Watch Bad Boy Season 10.
But you know what? While we're talking about it, let's wrap it up. Because I will say honestly, just to close off what you just said, because people do come back and tell me, the whole I know who the new cast is because they all then came and have asked for advice and XYZ and XYZ and XYZ. I really want to see everybody win, because it's really hard out here being queer and black within the media space. And so, irregardless of personal tiffs and riffs and stuff like that, from the conversation of being black in media, I want everyone to do well, because I feel like if one of us does well, then we all can do well.
Cousins, what are your thoughts? Is Quentin just speaking the facts? Because, he was correct in what he said about Gemini Films' subscriber count. When it comes to LGBTQIA web reality TV YouTube channels, Gemini Films does currently have the most subscribers, and Chasing comes in at second place. Chasing is just shy of 100K. However, when it comes to overall viewership, Chasing Reality is number 1 and Gemini Films is number 2. So both of these platforms can technically both market themselves as the number 1 LGBTQ plus platform in their own ways. It really, really, really all just comes down to what you think is more important. Subscribers and followers or viewership. Now, if I'm being completely honest, is this a safe place? Can we be honest? Okay. So from a public relations perspective only, I would honestly say that Chasing Reality comes off as the bigger platform despite having less subscribers because of how that platform moves. Okay, Chasing is run like a well-oiled machine. It's run like a network. They are way more organized than Gemini Films. Excuse me. And they are more consistent with their content, and their shows look more polished. And their shows are basically pretty much TV ready. Okay, some of their cast members have also been able to do crossover work in different fields. I mean, look at Lauren England, Oliver Twix, Nicole Ray Hare, Trey Howard, Fly King I, Andre Hammonds, Jeremy Copeland, Hershey LaCour-Jete, Montel, Travis Ware, and honestly, the list goes on and on and on. If I'm being on, heck, even Gardini, like everyone I just mentioned, they all have a reach outside of Chasing and have all done incredible things outside of Chasing. So from a PR, from a public relations perspective only, Chasing has definitely produced and have casted more web reality TV stars than Gemini Films, which ups and helps their overall appeal. Plus, Chasing has a wide variety of shows. Like, they're even about to drop a new show which has to deal with therapy. And then Dario, the owner of Chasing Reality, he does have a huge advantage over Karan Wilson, the owner of Gemini Films, by Dario living in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the mecca of queer web reality TV currently. So Dario, he can easily attend, the award shows, and he can mingle and network and, do the whole PR stuff that one has to do when in his position. Okay, so while Quentyn T. Harris is correct that Gemini Films has the most subscribers, I don't know if that would be enough to make them known as the number 1 LGBTQ platform as a whole. Now, are they number 1 in subscribers? Absolutely. But are they number 1 in the eyes of the public? At this time, I would say no. And that's only because of what I just mentioned. Okay, Chasing has the better PR, the better image, and the better reputation. And that's what matters to people. But hey, I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts on who you all think is the number 1 LGBTQ plus reality TV based platform. Is it Gemini Films or is it Chasing Reality? Please sound off in the comment section below. Now, in regards to Quentyn T. Harris making public comments towards Chasing, do you all think he's just stating the facts, or is he now #bitter boots? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to All Things TTB Network. And cousins, remember, at the end of the day gotta end.